Hello everybody, welcome back to another screencast for our Gifted Certification course. I'm sorry I didn't post a screencast overview of our last week's module. We had such an extended discussion about our special populations in class that it just slipped my mind to do it when we got back. I do want to say thank you for the depth of your presentations last week. I felt like we really did a good job of looking at all the different facets of our special populations. If I had known how thoroughly you were going to cover your topics, I would have shortened my own presentation so that we could have gotten out at a more reasonable hour. We are halfway through the course at this point. The first thing I want to point out in this overview is that I seem to be having some trouble with dates. Technically, we have a module due every Tuesday. Somehow I managed, as I was creating the course, to get off by a couple of days, and so starting with Module 5, they have Thursday's date for that week. It honestly is not a big deal to me either way. If you're able to submit your stuff on Tuesday, by all means submit it on Tuesday. If you need another couple of days and get it on Thursday, that's fine. Turn it in on Thursday. So this topic 5 is the material that you should be submitting this week. The one big question I've had, actually I've had two big questions. For the bibliotherapy assignment, you're talking about a book that would be appropriate for the grade level you teach. So if you're a primary or even into intermediate, feel free to use a picture book or a short chapter book. Middle school should be using chapter books, and then high school can use anything that is appropriate for the grade you teach. For the literature review, you do not need to submit an actual copy of the article that you're reviewing. You just need to make sure that you have appropriate bibliographic information included somewhere in your review so that I can find that article if I need to. So this is what you should be finishing up right now. If we look forward to next week, you'll notice the assignments start to get slimmer. There's a chapter to read, an online journal about perfectionism, and that should just be a quick couple of paragraphs, a reaction to the chapter as well as to a couple of other resources, and then some forum posting about talent searches. This is really referring a lot to the Duke Talent Search that I know if you're in the elementary or the middle schools you're probably familiar with. The high school teachers might be familiar with that because of its reliance on the SAT, but you might not actually see it a lot in your buildings. And so those are the only assignments this week because you should be starting to really focus on some of those longer term assignments. If we look ahead another week, so what's due in 2 weeks, this is when your shadowing experience is due. So if you have not yet touched base with a teacher of the gifted in your building, or an advanced content teacher, or an AP teacher, or figured out some other way to get that experience, you either need to let me know that you need help or you need to go ahead and set that up. Then looking forward 3 weeks, you've got another literature review due, and then 4 weeks out, we're coming to the end of the course and your case study and final exam. Another thing that I want to talk about is course evaluations from our session last Tuesday. I've only had 5 of them turned in so far. They are part of the requirement of the PSC for them to allow us to teach the course. We have to document the evaluations to show that we're being responsive to student needs, so I really need you to fill one out. I included the link in the email in which I sent you this screencast, and you can also click straight through if you go back to our presentation that I shared with you from last week, or you can use these bit.ly links right here, and I do need you to do one instructor evaluation that evaluates me and one course evaluation that evaluates the course content. So if you'll please make sure that you do that sometime in the next couple of days, that'd be great. I think that's all I have. Please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I know that we're coming up on parent conferences in a couple of weeks, and we're coming up to the end of the first marking period, so I understand how much you've got going on right now. If you need assistance with anything with this class, please let me know. Thanks.